What's up guys, Flashfire here, and today I'm bringing you the first battle as part of the IEP, the first match for the Goldenrod Gligars in Season 2 with our brand new draft, which I'm super excited about. I'm so happy with my draft this season. But anyways, our first match is against Pri, or that Pokemon boy, the coach of the Mauville Magnetons, and the winner of Season 2 of the IEP. Last season, Pri won. I was in his division, his conference, whatever you call it last season, and we played about 5 or 6 times, I think. I beat him once. I played him in the season, I didn't beat him at all. In the playoffs, I beat him once, and we played best of 3 in the playoffs. So I beat him one game, he beat me the other 2. It was very sad. Anyways, so I was quite worried going into this match. This is a big match for me, a big kind of confidence thing, I think. So I'm really happy with my new draft this season, and I feel like I was able to prepare for his draft much better. So the things I brought, I've got a Loma Mola right there. It's a fantastic wall. It shuts down Victini, it shuts down Heracross as long as it isn't Mega, it shuts down the Stoutland he's got, and it would have shut down Talonflame, which he had last season, but it got sniped off him this season. He's very upset about it. So yeah, that's fantastic. Banded Crobat tears through his team, aside from the Dusclops. I think it 2-hit KOs everything he brought, which is amazing. Dugtrio is there to trap the Victini, it's there to trap the Latias, all that kind of thing. Mega Altaria just runs through his team. I'll go through my Mega Altaria set in a bit, and I believe I brought Defensive Scizor, or possibly Banded Scizor. I think it was probably Banded Scizor for the Latias and all that kind of stuff, and then Hitmonlee is just a threat, it's just there to hit stuff. I think it was a wall-breaking set, so it just breaks through most of Pri's team, to be honest. But yeah, the Altaria set is something that I was kind of umming and ahhing about for a little while, because last season, Will used the Dusclops that Pri has right there. By the way, he's closer to, we're watching from his perspective because Showdown replays are dumb. But anyways, so I'm on the far side with the Altaria, he's on this side with Victini. But last season, Will had Dusclops, and he used it to great effect to wall out my entire draft, so I was fairly confident that Pri was going to bring it this season, because I struggled to deal with it last season. I mean, I was fairly certain he was going to bring it this battle, and I wanted something that could set up on it and punish him for bringing it. So I brought Altaria. I was originally thinking of a Heal Bell Roost Dragon Dance set. I thought about it, I talked about it with a couple of people. Will actually suggested that I run Facade instead of Heal Bell. And that turned out to work really well, because Facade is a higher power move than Return once you've been burned. So that's fantastic. But yeah, looking at the team preview, I expected the Victini to be Scarfed. I expected the Latias to be Mega. Wasn't really sure what the Heracross was going to be doing. But yeah, we'll see what happens as the battle unfolds. I'm going to hit play and we're going to see what happens. So he leads off with the Victini as I lead Crobat. Like I said, I expected this thing to be Scarfed, so I switched out Fearing the Zen Headbutt into a Loma Mola, because this is something that can take any one hit from this Victini. Even if it's banded, I can take a Bolt Strike, so that's good to know. And from the damage, we see that he is not Choice Banded, so that confirms my suspicion that he's Scarfed. Now here, he switched into the Tentacruel, and I couldn't do anything to it with Fishy. So, well, no, sorry. He switched out. I predicted him to switch out the Victini because I think he's Scarfed. I go into the Crobat, and then I just click Brave Bird, because nothing wants to switch into a Scald other than the Loma Mola, which can't do anything back to the Tentacruel, and it can just set spikes and do shenanigans on me. So he goes into the Hippowdon. I switch out a Crobat back into this thing in case he wants to go for a Stone Edge. I know the rocks are likely, but I want to play safe. Crobat does so much damage to his draft. So we switch into Fishy, and then we Toxic the Dusclops right here. I was expecting this to be a Rest Sleep Talk set, so I didn't think the Toxic was going to matter too much, but it's there, and why not? So now, I worked this out before the match. With Rocks damage, I'm pretty sure Burn plus Seismic Toss damage is a 2-hit KO on Mega Altaria, which is bad. So I had to get a Wish up right there before I switched into my Altaria. Pre-reveals here that he's actually a Pain Split set, rather than the Rest set, so the Toxic is eventually going to kill him. I could have set up more here, is what I'm saying. I could have set up a lot more than I did. But I go for one Dragon Nuts as he goes for the Will-o-wisp. And I think the thing was, I didn't want to... I didn't want to get Pain Split to death, so I just go for a Facade right here and take out the Dusclops. Now, he brings in the Hippo, and Facade should do about 70% of this thing. Unfortunately for Pri, I get a crit and take it out in one, which does matter quite a bit. It means that I get an extra hit off on this Victini. I just go for a Facade right here as he Zen Headbutts me. It doesn't quite take me out. And I'm just going to keep clicking Facade. Altari is basically dead at this point. It doesn't switch back in. So I'm just going to keep clicking Facade. And he sacks off his Latias right here, which is one of the big things that I was worried about in this match. So I'm super happy that that happened. But then Flufflepuff goes down to the burn. And so I'm going to bring in Crobat here. Because, like, at this point, I still think the Victini's Scarfed. But then, no, I don't think the Victini's Scarfed, because the Altaria outsped it and Facaded it before his Zen Headbutt. So, when he leads with the Heracross, I'm like, oh, this is Scarfed. So I switch out into the Alomomola to take the Stone Edge, and he goes into Victini and it goes down to a Scald, and it's very sad. And then we're just going to Wish Protect his Heracross to death, basically. Alomomola does not take more than 50% from close combat, so we eat them up. I still don't know what item that Victini was. I asked Pre during the battle, and he was like, I'm not telling you. Secrets, yeah. But yeah, Altaria outsped the Victini at +1, so it wasn't Scarfed. I didn't take banded damage from it. I have no idea what it was. Maybe it was Expert Bell. Something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, that is going to be a victory for us. Our first match against the reigning champion, and we have taken a win home. And I am so happy about that. I'm so happy with the preparation I did for this battle. I'm sorry that I got a crit pre. I'm not sure if that would have changed the outcome of the match. It definitely changed the differential. I'm not sure if... I think I probably would have had a big enough advantage from being 3 pokes up that I probably still would have won without the crit, but it does suck that it happened, and I'm sorry, man. I really do apologize for that. But that is going to be the end of our first battle in the IEP, and we take home the win and the +5 differential, which is huge. So that's an amazing start to the season for us. And I'm super happy with it. So if you guys are hyped for the rest of the season, see if we can continue it as we've started it. Remember to drop a like down below and come back for the next battle later tonight.